Hey, Adam,
Geez,
one
why,
thing.
why do you think they're called bumpers, Gary?
I don't know.
Because they come at the beginning, at the end, like bumpers.
Alex, you're a marketing guy. Do you like that design behind Paul? Does that sweet logo thing look pretty cool to you?
Hey, I forgot to hit the record button.
Yeah, that's really professional, isn't it?
Well, this is a professional podcast.
I met her in a parking lot and was handed 2 little Yorkies. And the only person I knew that knew Yorkies was Paul. So I called Paul and said, Paul.
Sweet Talk is a weekly 20-minute podcast brought to you by the Continuing Education and Workforce Training Division of Idaho State University's College of Technology. Find us on Apple Podcast, Spotify, and SoundCloud, and subscribe today. Now it's time to get started with Sweet Talk.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Sweet Talk, our weekly podcast here at Idaho State University's Continuing Education and Workforce Training. I am Paul Dickey, the Video Instruction Manager and Apprenticeship Coordinator here at Sweet. And as always, joining me today is Gary Salazar, our Director. Gary, how are you doing today?
I am fine. Thank you for asking, Paul. I always feel like I'm Kimosabi, and I love being here. Thank you for helping us organize all this. This is a wonderful day, another great Friday, and the weather's looking wonderful outside. So what a great time to have a podcast, if nothing else. And we have some great podcast opportunities coming up. Also, Paul, thank you for all you've been doing. And Angela Wilhelm, our marketing coordinator, is also joining us today. Angela, how are you doing?
I'm doing really well. I'm particularly excited for today's podcast. Today, joining us, we have Kathryn Dye. She is the Meals on Wheels Director at the Southeast Idaho Community Action Agency, also known as SEICCA. She's going to talk to us about some really interesting program they have started there. Welcome, Kathryn. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourself?
Yeah. So sorry, my bird's getting loud. I am the director, like you said, of Meals on Wheels, and I've been here for 2 years now. And I'm also part of many other programs like the Business Women of Pocatello and the Leadership Program in Kind Community. I love to get myself out there and help people any way I can.
Oh, I'm hearing birds or something in the background. What is that?
Yeah, so this is our little bluebird. You can see him there.
Oh.
So he's a part of our pet program.
Okay, so that looks like a mechanical or a stuffed bird.
Yeah,
what is that?
It's a little robot pet. So I'm going to go ahead and bring it closer for you. So he's
it actually chirps.
He chirps, he sings songs, he reminds you that he's there a lot. But he also has a cute little strap that goes on a disabled person's walker or an elder's walker. If you can hear me over his singing.
Yeah.
So that straps right on. So like when they're walking, it makes more noise. He also responds to me talking. That's why he is still singing.
This is part of the Meals on Wheels?
This is for the Meals on Wheels program, yep. So they're meant to comfort seniors who are homebound or suffer from loneliness, isolation, all those kinds of things happen in our community, and we're not all aware of it, but these pets help them in those times of being lonely.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're robotic pets that you give the seniors that you service as a companion.
Yes. Yep. So we serve almost 100 clients right now, and they're all homebound seniors. A lot of them don't have families or their own pets or anybody who comes to visit them other than us. So we deliver one hot meal a day, up to 7 days a week. And we call it an additional benefit of having a wellness check too. And so my drivers become really close with these homebound seniors. And we've noticed and we've found out through statistics that having a pet actually helps them live longer, healthier lives.
So the robotic pet that you provide them as a companion, have you yourself noticed what is the reaction from your clients that you service them with?
It's amazing. I'll tell you one of my favorite stories. It made us all cry. We had an older lady who has been suffering from dementia, and her daughter has a black tabby cat, similar to the one I have here.
Oh, look at that.
So Kathryn's holding up this looks like almost like a real cat, but obviously it's an artificial cat. It's black with white spots on it, and it's very fluffy looking. Very and kind of realistic pads on the paws too.
Yes, very realistic. It will purr if I start petting her.
Wow.
She purrs, and she'll even flick at her ear a little bit, and then she'll roll over and let you pet her belly too.
Oh, so I'm not sure I understand, Kathryn. These are brought with the drivers for every meal delivery, or are they left with the seniors?
So what we've done is we've put out applications to all of our clients, and they fill out the applications. One of my biggest criteria is they don't already have a pet. And if they don't have a pet, they absolutely qualify to receive one of these as a gift from Meals on Wheels through generous donations from our community.
Oh my gosh. So go ahead, Angela.
I want to get back to the story that you were telling.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, let's do that. So anyway, her daughter lives upstairs from her, and she has a black tabby, but because of her dementia, she would sometimes let the cat out of the house and not realize that it would run away and get lost. And so when I came out with this pet program, she was like, "Can my mom have the black tabby?" And I was like, "Of course, let's do that." So we get there, and I'm talking to the mom about it. And when I went to go gift her the cat, she snatched it out of my hands and like squeezed it, and then instantly just you could see the love in her eyes when she started petting it, and she was just so happy. And her daughter has said that she loves that thing. She keeps it with her in her lap all the time. So as you're petting the cat, it actually raises your good endorphins, which helps combat that loneliness that a lot of people have, especially her with her dementia.
Oh,
wow. So she's calling me right now, so I'll show you. So I pet her here, and I don't know if you guys can hear that over my bird.
Yes. So the cat's purring. So Kathryn, I'm kind of, so you said there was a study done that shows that, you know, their life expectancy increases and their overall well-being increases with the pet. But how did you come across this, you know, this program and implement it into your services?
So we are partners or members of, hold on, she's rolling over for her belly rub.
and the cat is rolling over and exposing its belly to be rubbed.
Yes. And now she's purring again. Anyway, we're a partner with Meals on Wheels of America, and we get a lot of our statistics through them and the Older Americans Act. The Older Americans Act was established in, I believe, 1967. And it was to help combat loneliness in seniors. So we get a lot of funding from them, and then we get a lot of our statistics from them and the Meals on Wheels of America program. And somebody at a conference had mentioned these pets, and I looked it up, and the bird is around $60 a pet, and the cats are about 125. So they were fairly reasonable for what they offer.
Right.
Also, they don't have to clean up after them.
Right.
Yeah. They don't have to feed them. Well, and that's important for our seniors. You know, a lot of them can't even get up out of their couch, their bed, things like that. And so
are they operated on some kind of a battery, or do they have to get recharged?
Yep. So they come with batteries, and then we also supply our seniors with an extra set just in case.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
Oh, cool. Those are the only two pets right now. I mean, are there other pets, or these are the ones that you think will do the most good?
So they have, I want to say it's 4 different versions of the cat, but it's not necessarily a version, I guess, but colorations.
Mhm.
And then we have 3 different dogs too.
Wow.
Yeah, and they're really neat. And then the birds, I have bluebirds and canaries, the little red canaries. People love those.
Oh my.
So I
cool.
have a question. Your seniors who sign up for this program, do they get to pick what species and what color they want?
So on the application, they do get to check what their preference is. And I hate being a bad guy, so I always say yes. It's hard for me to say no to my seniors. They're like part of our lives now, you know? So yeah, I feel like they get the most out of it when they get to choose what they want.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And what's the most popular pet?
The cat.
The cat, really? Really?
Yeah. People love the cat.
I'm a dog person myself.
I know, me too, but I don't know, something about her. I think it's because
You know,
dogs,
it's the purring.
Yeah.
it's more comforting. The
Yeah.
dogs bark and they do kind of do their own little growl or purr, I guess you would say. But these cats are so much more interactive. We haven't given out any birds yet because they just came out with them. I should tell you where I found them too. So not only what did I find out from Meals on Wheels of America through partnerships, but the website itself is joyforallpets.com. And they are nationally recognized by different places. I believe Forbes is one of them, but they've done a lot of studies in senior centers and assisted living homes with them, and they've seen great statistics with it. And so when I found out that they were also affordable, I had a little money left in a grant and I bought as many as I could.
Wow. Wow.
And we're just using this in association with your Meals on Wheels program. Do you know if anybody else here in Pocatello or our region is doing this?
Absolutely. So we work really close with the Area Agency on Aging as well. They are in the SEICCA building, if you guys are familiar with them. They do a lot for our community as well. They take them to nursing homes and they get to, play and share with them.
Wow.
So like the difference between that and us is our seniors are trying to stay independently in their homes, which overall saves us in Medicaid cost and nursing home costs over the years.
What a fantastic idea. And you're doing this with your drivers who also get to meet the seniors every day when they deliver a meal, so they can check in on the pet too, I guess.
Yes, yep. And we do surveys. We do surveys just before they receive the pet. And then we're going to follow up with them in a couple of months to see if they feel like their loneliness has been relieved a little bit. That way we can continue this program. So the next step in the program is actually to help with vet costs for people who do have pets, food for people who have pets, because sometimes we find that they're eating half of their meal and giving the other half of their meal to their pet because they can't afford it. And so that's our long-term goal with this. It was starting with these robot pets, and now we're working our way towards helping with their live pets.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
So basically, Meals on Wheels, you recognize the valuation of pets overall to the well-being of your the people that you service. So providing an artificial pets for people who may not be able to take care of one or just do not have one, but also you're coming up with a program to sustain the pets that they currently have.
Yeah, because they thrive when they have pets. They live longer. They are more social. It's proven statistically that if you're moving and you're socializing with people, you'll live longer. Loneliness actually causes death to come faster.
So my next question, Kathryn, is: are you working with any of the local shelters to maybe provide pets, actual pets, to people who can still take care of pets, but are looking for, maybe not interested in the artificial one or want to care for a real one?
So we've tried. It's a little difficult because they require, some applications. They need to know that the home is safe when they're adopting out animals. But what we have been doing is putting some of those in our newsletters that go out to our clients, like look at what's adoptable right now. And we're happy to help with like transportation and things like that, but of the pets, not the clients, because they're homebound. And that way we can try and connect those things, but we're still in the beginning stages of our pet program. So that is definitely something we're trying right now.
Wow.
But
Cool.
I would like to try and work with more, veterinary clinics and things like that in the community where they can help us with discounted rates. So I'm working on that goal. That's my next goal, so that I could start helping the clients with like nail clippings, vaccines, things that their pets haven't been getting probably for a long time.
Yeah, there's a lot of good groups in our community that might, pair up with you and help provide some of those great discounts or find them. So that's an
Yeah.
awesome direction.
So you previously mentioned a grant that you had before. Are you working on any grants right now to help with the funding?
Always. I'm always looking for grants that I can apply for. So I last week actually got news that I was awarded a $5,000 pet program grant from the Meals on Wheels of America. So that was
Congratulations.
very exciting. It really is going to help us launch that portion of the Real Pet program.
So I have a question. So is your goal to deliver people's pet food when you deliver their meals?
Similar, yes. Well, what we're doing is we're collecting donated dog food and cat food right now. And my drivers go through and fill like Ziploc bags full of them. And then once a week, we take those with the meal.
Wow. So question about the Meals on Wheels program itself. Are your drivers, are they volunteers? Are they paid? Do you have volunteers within your organization? Are you always looking for volunteers?
Very good questions. So I have 3 paid drivers, 2 are part-time and 1 full-time, and they're amazing. I try to remind them all the time that they are actually heroes. I don't think they get that because they care for their clients a lot, but just last year we had 4 adult protection service cases, and 3 of them were successfully transferred to better situations. So I just want to plug my drivers for a second, but no, they're all paid. And then as far as volunteers go, we typically don't need a lot of volunteers until Christmas time. So we have a half dozen or so Christmas programs that we do here at SEICCA. You might know the Socks for Seniors program. You've probably seen that around town. We did around 850 last year. And during that time, we're looking for donations and volunteers to help stuff the stockings, because we try to get it all done within 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very ambitious. Yeah.
So if anyone's interested, they can reach out, and I don't spam people. I pride myself on that. I just reach out when we need volunteers. So
Yeah. How cool. Hey, Kathryn, we are approaching the end of our 20 minutes, and we always try to make sure that we allow time for our guests to tell people who maybe are interested, those who might hear about this, they go, well, how do I find out more, or how do I get in touch to get more information? Would you care to share how somebody might reach out to you or contact the SEICCA agency, the Meals on Wheels agency?
Absolutely. So I'll start with our email address. Our email address is MOW, which is Meals on Wheels, at SEICCA, SEICCA.org.
Okay,
So
cool.
MOW@SEICCA.org. And then our phone number is 208-232-1114.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing that. And I have one final question. The others might as well. But when you first started this, I mean, this is a fantastic kind of a project. You probably had some early challenges as you tried to get this thing going. Would you care to share what maybe 1 or 2 of your biggest problems or challenges were?
Yeah, so mostly it's funding. It's always funding for us, unfortunately. During COVID, we had some funding pulled. And so we've had to find creative ways to make up for the difference in funding that we were pulled back from. And I have done different things like businesses or people can put logos on our vehicles for a small donation that will stay on our vehicles for a year at a time. And then we drive those vehicles 40 to 60 miles around Pocatello every day. I have an Adopt a Senior program where people can just donate through PayPal to help with the meal costs. And then in turn, that relieves me of some money to put towards the pet program too. Yeah, so funding is just huge all over, with nonprofits. But we do have a great community that is always willing to help.
Right.
Now, I do have one final question as well. You did talk about taking donations for cat and dog food. So I'd like if you could take a moment to talk about how people can donate and what specifically you're looking for, as well as can people donate like some money toward these robotic animals or drop ship them to you, etc.
Yes, so our website has a link to donate monetarily. And our website is www.SEICCA.org. And as soon as you get there, there's a donate now button, and that is ran through PayPal, which is so easy and, just an easy way to provide funds. Another way to help us is through dog food and cat food and litter donations. And we can accept donations at our building on Bridger Street. It's 825 East Bridger Street. If everybody knows the old St. Anthony Hospital, we're in that building. And then they can email me too with additional questions at that MOW@SEICCA.org.
Very cool. Very cool. I'm sorry, you may have heard the timer go off. We have reached the 20 minutes limit on our conversation today. Kathryn Dye has joined us. She's the director of Meals on Wheels with SEICCA, a wonderful agency here in our wonderful town of Pocatello and serving Chubbuck and the region around us as well. Great job, Kathryn. Thank you for coming on with your guests.
Yes.
The tabby and the bird. What a wonderful idea for those of you.
I tease that I need it to be able to strap to my shoulder.
Yeah. What a wonderful idea to help people in our community. And thank you for spearheading that and doing so many things that make those things make our seniors better.
Absolutely.
Great effort here. Angela and Paul, we've reached the end of this thing. We need to start wrapping it up.
Yes. Thank you, Gary and Angie, and thank you, Kathryn, for being on today. Really very informative, and that cat looks kind of adorable. So if you guys want to check out our offerings, what we have for classes, you can visit our website at cetrain.isu.edu. You can email us at cetrain@isu.edu, or give us a call at 208-282-3372. And if you like this content, please like, subscribe, share. The more you do that, the more that we can outreach and let people know about programs like Kathryn's. Again, thank you so much. And Gary, can't do this without you, man.
And it's been awesome. Another great one. Thank you, Angela. And again, Kathryn, hey, thank you all. Have a great weekend. Be safe.
Thank you.